got an idea. Why don't we build another spear, but keep it this time? What do you think? All right, that's what I like to hear. I think that's what we'll do. Make another cup of coffee, and we'll get started. Yes?
Where's my rake?
You mean the one that was leaned up against the wall outside?
The one that I was using?
The one you got from Lowe's?
Yes.
The one with the real beautiful oak handle?
Yes.
I didn't see it.
You better find it.
Uh-oh.
My rake, not yours.
Ooh. Yes, WIYÁN'. Didn't know you were back. Saved you the hassle of all the sanding. That's the boring part. A little bit more sanding to do inside here yet. Then we're good. Got the sanding down pretty good. Could use a little bit more. I ain't feeling it today. I think it looks pretty good. Let's see what the point looks like. Look at that. It slips right on. We gotta be sure not to drop it. Yeah. Stonehead finds that funny. Okay. Big gap there, but that's what we started with. I don't want to force this thing any further down. Either going to break the stick or stone. And it's a really nice piece. I can't keep asking Charlie to make me more. I think we're going to go with that. All I got to do now is just get the die back out. Finish this part up. Go over the stick again, let it sun bake, and then we'll mount it. Excuse me, smoker's cough. But sand the end down a little bit too. Okay, see you in a little bit. Okay, instead of stringing the spear up, this is my own personal tomahawk. I'm going to show you how to do it on here. This would be the head. See? Look at that, how nice. Yeah. I'm going to try to keep this one. Someone's already inquiring about it. It's hard to say no to people. Okay. What you're going to need is tape, string, and a good pair of scissors. These are Oprah's. I borrowed them. Okay. First, put a knot in the end. Now you make a loop. Then what we'll do is we'll tape that loop about halfway up the stick. Want about that much. From there, we're going to leave about 1 inch on the end. Try to leave enough string to hang over the end. You'll see why later. Like I said, about 1 inch. Okay, now you take the end that's connected to the roll yet, and go about 1 inch and start winding it. This part's kind of long, so I might put it in fast speed. I don't know. Yeah. This is a pretty neat trick. Makes a nice little handle. After you're done with it, you can take wood glue in the palm of your hand and rub it all over the string. Soak it in there real good, and it stiffens the string up and keeps it in place. They will come loose if you don't do them right. When you apply it, you can put it on tightly. You don't want to go super tight. You need to be able to pull the string back through. Any kind of yard or hemp will do. Don't use grandma's yarn. Just don't do that. Especially if you have cats. I'm upstairs working on stuff. I can't have feathers out. I can't do wire wrapping for necklaces, and I certainly can't do this because Robbie Bobby, the investigator, is there, and he sits and watches until he's good and ready to rip out them claws and scratch the shit out of you to get at that string. I'm Tonk, just as guilty. Sophie, not so much. Sophie's nosy, for the most part. I wouldn't say I trained her correctly. She just seems to have a very decent personality. She can sit at the dinner table with me. She'll sniff my food, but she won't try to snatch it. Robbie, yeah, he will. And he can stick his face in your drink if the cup's big enough, and he'll drink it. Robbie's got no manners. Now, by me simply doing this, see how it's coming along? It will spare you, and it'll take me about maybe an hour to do the spear, and I'm trying to keep my videos shorter and a little bit more entertaining. It doesn't seem to work. I'm not really building any subscribers. As a matter of fact, I'm at 59. I was hoping to hit 60, but I think I checked it yesterday and it's at 58, so someone took a hike. And that's okay. My ego is not flaming. Shit. It's Monday morning. It's probably about 89 degrees already. I'm sweating already. And I've been spending the last couple of days miserable because it was so nasty hot. Not really making any arrowheads. I recently just made 3. It took me quite a while, and they're on their way to Australia. Yeah. A friend of mine that I met through the Lakota sites, her name is Karen. I won't say her last name, but she was under the assumption that I would not ship to another country, and she's right, I won't. But I've known her for a few years, and she's always opinionated on my artwork. And I told her, I said, if you want something, I'll ship it to you. It's not a problem. I've shipped to England. I have a friend out there. Her name is Colleen. And these are people that I've met, like I said, through the Lakota sites. And I've chit-chatted with them just about every day, at least once a week sometimes. And I got to know them pretty well. And the people I communicate with here in the United States or overseas, I love them dearly. They've helped me through a lot, because I technically don't really have any friends. Okay, now we're at the end of the loop. Again, I'm going to try to keep a long strand. Oprah's been cutting Play-Doh with these, so they're just a little on the dull side. Okay, now if you remember the loop, see it? We're going to send this string through it. This is not a secret. It's been out there for probably thousands of years. Now, take the tape off the other end. I put the tape on there because it's a little rougher to do this when your hands are shut. Now you remember the long string? Uh-oh. We gotta be careful here. See what I did wrong here. This is always tricky. Bear with me here. I want this to go right. Not that I have to make the video again. This is my second attempt at it. We ran short before. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. There's something wrong here. I'll try to straighten it out quick. Alright. This hand is numb at the moment, so I'm going to use my right hand. Pull that string, the long string you left taped at the other end, and what it does is it takes the end string through that loop, pulls the loop down through, and it tucks everything together real nice. See? Now the part that you won't get to see is me restringing this because I screwed it up somehow. You won't screw it up because I told you the right way. It's just that the ends came loose here, and well, it's just going to unravel. But there you go. That's how it's done. I'll have to do this to 2 spots about maybe that long on the spear, and then we'll hang feathers from that. There, I rewrapped it. Now if you see, if it's done correctly, you want to leave plenty of string on each end. That's in case you want to add decorations, like beads, feathers, that kind of stuff. But there you go. That's the way it's done. I just saved you a whole lot of a whole lot of fast forwarding. As you can see now, I added beads. Once you string them, tie a knot to the bottom, because if they slide off, you're going to be pretty angry at yourself. Now the next step is to trim an arrow, or not an arrow, a feather. And then you put the feather with a little bit of glue right through as far as it will go inside the beads. Be right back. Just dip the ends in a little bit of glue. Let me see. Just take the quill, rub glue all over it, send it in between the string and the bead, and then let them dry. And when we're done, we'll take this string here and we'll knot it off right behind, trim the excess off. I'll use bigger feathers for the spear, of course. I chose these feathers. These are quail feathers. I got these from a good friend of mine. He lives local here. His name is Stan Buck. He's a local legend. He's been searching since the 70s for arrowheads and artifacts, and maybe one day he'll let me film and he'll explain to us all the goodies he has on his walls. Until then, well, I have to make my own. Now the next step I'll do is I'll take glue and then I'll rub all the way through this and spin it and just keep rubbing the glue into it. Now if you do a project like this, don't be afraid to get the glue on the wood. All it does is clear coats it. Wood glue will not make a mess of anything. Matter of fact, if you look here, this is a little shiny. I rubbed the whole end of this with glue. I'm going to do it with this once I do the handle. I'm going to rub the whole thing with glue, put a little bit of glue on the end, and then install the head. And then she's all ready for framing. Already got my sunspot on it. So that part's knocked out. So I hope you enjoyed that. And that's how that's done. Pretty damn cool. I forgot to videotape this part, but yeah. The head is now attached. And we're going to skip the string thing, because I showed you how to do that on the tomahawk. This one's setting up now, drying, as is this one. paint a few little suns. One here, and one on the other side. String it, feather it. She's good. That's all for today, folks. So I hope you enjoyed our time together. And if anyone knows where WIYÁN'S rake is, nah, Toksa.